Definitely ain't a good night to be a firefighter. Ain't a good night for most things. Tank earlier. You think it's safe being out here again? Looks like it's all on Scarecrow now. No way I'm joining with Scarecrow. I like working for Two-Face. Half the time, anyway.
There's a fight going down! You're gonna die here, Batman! Right here!
Batman! It's Batman! fought Batman once, broke my arm in 3 places. But the way I see it, lightning ain't gonna strike the same place twice.
A former warden who had a strange turn. His appointment as mayor was a cause for concern.
Jeez, he's coming after us! Floor it! The hell is that thing? It's a bat. Turn around. Go, go! It's the freaking bat! Starting to think maybe I got a sniff of that gas. Hard to tell with all this messed up crap going on. Be nice if Scarecrow got one of those freaking billboards and apologized for gassing us.
It doesn't take much to tame a cat. Make them wear this, and then call the bat.
There's gotta be someone left in Gotham worth robbing. Well, you know, at least beating. There he is! It's Batman!
This.
Who scares you more, Riddler or me?
I'll tell you everything!
How kind.
best shot. Between fighting an army of tanks and us, he's got too much on his plate. I guess Arkham Knight was just like all the other losers who tried to beat them back. Dead bodies, tanks, mass evacuations. I love Gotham at night. Oh, screw this. I'm done. Scarecrow's gonna beat him, I know it. It's Batman! Get after him! Go! I've been waiting for a shot at you, Batman! It's the Bat! It's him! Run! Look at this place. It's gonna take millions ways and millions to clean up this mess. Back up! He's gonna get us! No chance! This is more like it. Gotham with us. After Joker died.
Goodbye. Only 10 riddles remain. You must be getting rather nervous at the thought of confronting me, right?
Ain't heard from Meeks in ages. I think he went all religious or something. I liked Batman's old car. You know, it had a kind of retro classic car thing going on. Didn't turn into a freaking tank either.
Detective, that we are going to fight. Don't you? To the death. I, of course, am not afraid. But I want you to consider solving the 9 riddles very carefully. And for your own sake.
Chooses to dress like a bat unless you got a few screws loose.
Trust me, don't hit the banks. They're spoken for.
8 left. 8 left? I don't know exactly how you're cheating, Detective, but I know you are! I'm beginning to think you don't deserve the privilege of battling me. Perhaps I will withhold the honor on principle.
Talk, or I'll start with your fingers.
No, please!
This ain't back no more. You better get used to it.
Very well. When we fight, I will not go easy on you, but unleash the full force of my fury. Your chances of doom increase exponentially with each of the 7 remaining riddles you solve. And when I use exponentially, Detective, I use it correctly. Detective.
I'm warning, this place is gonna have more plant life than a nature reserve. We'll be the endangered species.
Clear against this army. Thought he'd be dead meat for sure. Two-Face, Penguin, Riddler, Skrull. I'm gonna insult them from now on. Ain't too late to join up, my friend. Penguin's always looking for new recruits. I hear the money's good, too. His hand! Run! I don't care if the gas is gone. Batman still ain't one to fight. The Arkham Knight took off. Just another cocky agenda. So has the Bat taken care of these Arkham Knight punks yet? Is there anywhere left that ain't been looted? I'm getting bored. Remind me to hit a toy shop before we leave. Told my kid I was gonna buy him a present. There's a friggin' army out there. They ain't killed him yet. Nasty.
6 riddles left. This is patently absurd. You should have literally died from the mental exhaustion hours ago. You should have died.
Why the Scarecrow show back on?
riddles left. No doubt you left them because they were too hard. You probably thought you lacked the relevant gadget. But too bad, Detective. You're just... too dumb.
Batman's acting weird. That's what I heard.
4 to go. I am oiling my mechanisms in... anticipation of our confrontation, Detective, but I expect you'll disappoint me.
I better can take these militia guys. Best Halloween ever. Let's go to the department store and loot some costumes. What's with all the rain? Suddenly Penguin...
Three left? My, you're rather keen on fighting me, aren't you? Well, good. I'm looking forward to it too.
Batman's gonna get what's coming. Scarecrow ain't beaten yet. Watch out for the bat. I'm not getting caught like last time.
So who's controlling the militia now that the night's gone?
Man, the bat could crush us in that car tank thing. Batman's gonna get what's coming. Scarecrow ain't beaten yet.
I better can take these militia guys.
advisor after all. You think he knew Batman? Riddler's gonna regret going after Catwoman. She's more into that whole vengeance thing than the Bat.
Two left? Two riddles remaining? It's impossible. It's like I've been transported to some alternate reality where you are the genius and I am the idiot with an overinflated sense of his own abilities. The idiot with an overinflated sense of his own abilities.
Okay, we'll join a couple of riots. But I can't be out all night. It's my turn to watch the kids tomorrow. Militia.
Yes, Batman, I've noticed the new suit. It's very dashing. Now why don't you go play Eddie's games?
It's unlike you to get caught. Was it an ambush? Blackmail? A trap?
He invited me.
What?
He said he had a job.
A job?
Of the cat burgling variety. I'm pretty good at it, remember? Not all of us scamper around on rooftops at night because we want to help people, you big brooding Boy Scout. Now where's my key?
Do you do a lot of work for Riddler?
Only when you're not looking.
Selina.
Someone wants something stolen? I'm the one who steals it. You know how this works. Or did you think you'd reformed me?
So Scarecrow's got Gordon. Well, he really knows how to push your buttons, eh, Bats? I don't know why you care so much about the commish. He shot you, remember?
Watch out for the bat. I'm not getting caught like last time. Safe being out here again?
Freaking panic attacks, freaking fear gas. I barely breathe the whiff of this stuff.
I don't care if the gas is gone. Batman still ain't one to fight.
Trust me, don't hit the banks. They're spoken for.
Scarecrow should just give up, man. He ain't taking you. No way.
Knight was weak. He failed. We won't.
Pig on the cross. Pig with nails. Pig on cross. Pig with nails.
One riddle remaining. I don't understand. What I do know, Detective, is that you can't even fail correctly. That's how incompetent you are.
The law around here. Man's law is not equipped to deal with Gotham. You think that's smart bringing the girl back here, Batman? Might as well kill her now.
Detective, you arrived! I thought Catwoman's little predicament might encourage your participation. I realized, you see, that the kind of image-obsessed narcissist who places bat symbols on his hubcaps would never willingly submit himself to the kind of humiliation I have in store. Yet, here you are, Detective. The humiliation is waiting below. Well then, Detective, it begins. You are staring, with stupefied incomprehension, at a mechanism I have calibrated to respond to an extremely precise radar pulse. In a moment, I will give you the decrypted code, Dark Knight. Oh, but first, I think we should run through the ground rules for tonight's festivities. Rule the first. What? How did you solve tonight's very first riddle? Well done. Well done. Welcome to my racetrack, Detective. You must complete 3 circuits of this gauntlet, finishing each before the time limit expires. Come now, Detective. Let's put that grotesque ego-mobile to the test. Be ready, Dark Knight. There's more to this test than just going vroom, vroom really fast. Tick-tock, detective, tick-tock. Can that ramshackle motor handle this? Faster, Dark Knight, faster! Can those flickering, faltering synapses keep up with my automatically adjusting course?
I'm disabling the afterburner's failsafe. I need the extra speed.
No, Batman, you can't drive through solid objects. It's really basic physics. I'm shocked, Dark Knight. Is that really as fast as it goes? Let's work that undeveloped brain of yours. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Once more onto the track, Dark Knight! Once more! Oh, Detective, what's that I hear? Is it time's winged chariot hurrying near? You're close, Detective. Don't fumble now. Don't fumble now. Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Relax, Dark Knight. The ordeal is over. Such a pity the laws of physics prohibit me from testing my non-Euclidean designs. Now then, Detective, hop on the pressure pad beside me. Listen carefully, Dark Knight. Your friend's life depends on it. Back in the orphanage, a series of glass cabinets have appeared in front of Catwoman. Isn't that right, my dear?
I see them, Eddie.
Good. One of those cabinets, my dear, has your first key inside. The others, they contain less useful keys. Keys that will unlock the admittedly slight contents of your skull all over the orphanage walls. Your job, Detective, is simple. Figure out which cabinet Catwoman must open. And don't get it wrong.
So most of them will kill me. One of them won't. Great. I can do this. Okay, Batman. Let's see if you're as smart as they say. One down.
Well done to the pair of you. That's the first key collected. Don't expect to be sinking your claws into too many more. Or too many more. Did you really believe that a challenge designed by me, the Riddler, would be quite so easy? Oh, Dark Knight, you sweet, naive sentinel, of course it wouldn't. But now I have several hundred terabytes of performance data relating to the latest model of rocket-powered hearse you're driving. With that in mind, I have prepared for you something a little less knuckle-whitening and rather more brow-furrowing in Chinatown. Hurry on over, Detective, or it won't be curiosity that kills the cat.
My favorite ride was probably Blackgate, but this is top 3. Easy.
Whatever Riddler's built beneath Chinatown, it's not going to stop.
Looks like it's all on Scarecrow now.
There he is! Get him! Gonna have some fun with you, Batman! Smash his face in! He's here!
Well, well, Dark Knight, eager for more? It's humbling, isn't it? The opportunity to even glimpse my greatness, the dawning realization of just how insignificant, how unworthy of note you really are? These trials are my masterpieces, Detective. When I have defeated you, they will become monuments to my genius, testaments to your stupidity. Crowds of school children will pack themselves in this elevator, eager to see for themselves the place where the Dark Knight was defeated. They won't understand a thing, of course, but they'll come. Trial so elegantly simple that even you should manage a feeble grasp of the premise. You must provide power to this board, Detective. You know, Dark Knight, on balance, I don't think you're going to figure this out. Admit it, Batman. I am unbeatable.
far too attached to that fancy tank of yours to solve this one. This one. This isn't just a test of intelligence, Dark Knight. It's a test of skill. wheels on the Batmobile go round and round, Dark Knight, and they do it while touching the ground.
It might help if I used the remote Batmobile controls.
Well done, Detective. Your true calling as a third-rate circus stuntman becomes clearer by the day. Congratulations, Dark Knight. You've earned the right to play the next part of the puzzle. Head over to the board.
Oh, joy. Time to play the Will My Head Explode game again.
Which cabinet, kitty cat? Come on, Batman. It's not that hard. The stakes are just incredibly high.
You better be right, Batman. Head still attached? Great. Collar still attached? Not so great.
Congratulations! You've achieved the very minor victory of not being as stupid as you look. Patience, Catwoman, patience! I am as excited to reveal what is behind that door as you are to open it. But all in good time. Now, Catwoman, celebrate your survival by telling Batman all about the exciting orphanage development. Celebrate orphanage development.
No, you do it.
Now, Kitty.
Why, Batman, there's a big mysterious green door.
Yes, there is. Come back to the orphanage, Batman, and I'll let the pair of you through it. Well done, Dark Knight. You should, I hope, be beginning to comprehend the breadth of the tasks ahead of you, the sheer scale of the gauntlet I have thrown down. Or perhaps not. Perhaps you're feeling cocky. Perhaps these early victories have filled you with false hope. Well then, ride that wave of smug satisfaction all the way back to the orphanage. I'm waiting.
Orphanage.
Welcome back to the Riddletorium. Do not fear. Your friend has not been harmed.
Not been.
Before I allow you to see her, however, riddle me this. Riddle me this. What kind of question can only be asked upon reflection? Good luck.
Good luck.
Well, it seems you have earned the right to see your friend. Why, she'll be as surprised as I am that you've made it this far.
Oh, good. You're back. Eddie wouldn't show me whatever deranged parlor game he's got waiting behind that door until you arrived.
I'll get you out of here.
I'm sorry, do I seem testy? It's probably something to do with the gorgeous necklace Eddie picked out for me. Have you seen it? It explodes.
Oh, I do hope you two are getting along. Because you'll need to work together if you want to find the key hidden in here. Find the key.
Well, this looks creepy. Someone's been reading Feng Shui for serial killers. Oh, great. Extra trapped. As if the collar wasn't enough.
Oh, Batman, Catwoman, neither of you is getting out of there without the other's help.
Oh, look. It's more of Eddie's homemade friends.
Your mockery is pointless, Cat. I don't have any friends at all. You simply won't solve this one unless you can see things from each other's point of view. You'll never get out of here if you don't learn to communicate. Two questions and two answers, children. But which goes where? You simply won't solve this one unless you can see things from each other's point of view. You'll never get out of here if you don't learn to communicate. Two questions and two answers, children. But which goes where? You simply won't solve this one unless you can see things from each other's point of view. Well, there we go. It's settled. You're not quite as dumb as each other. Congratulations, Batman. Catwoman, you're lagging behind. Oh, Dark Knight. I can barely describe to you what a pleasure it is to see your brow furrow over the simplest of conundrums. I do apologize for not creating a riddle that you can merely pound into submission.
All yours.
Here, why don't you take out your primitive frustrations on my automated assistant?
Let's not waste any time here.
It's quite liberating to have freed myself from reliance on Gotham's ill-educated muscle, Detective.
Hang in there. This one's for you, Eddie.
Prototypes, Dark Knight. These are merely prototypes. So try to mitigate that primal feeling of triumph upon defeating one. Every robot you defeat merely provides more data for me to analyze, Dark Knight. Well then, it seems you've earned another key.
This is going to take all night, isn't it? Well, that was fun. At least I got to hit something.
How are you holding up?
I'm fine. I don't need your concern. Just your help getting this thing off.
I wouldn't celebrate just yet, you two. Dark Knight, my next challenge can be found beneath Elliott Memorial Hospital. Conveniently located for when you pass out due to mental exhaustion.
Mental exhaustion.
You still haven't apologized.
For what?
For Eddie treating me like a white hat. Like one of your sidekicks. You know, half the crooks in Gotham think I feed you info.
You do.
Well, yeah, when there's something in it for me. They think I'm doing it on principle.
Hey, Bats. When did Catwoman get so cute? Must have been when I
Riddler's next trial's in Bristol. He's losing Alfred, and that makes him dangerous.
Perhaps the real challenge is tolerating his relentless self-aggrandizing commentary.
So torn up about Talia al Ghul, are you? Come on, it's been months. Even the worms that ate her corpse have probably forgotten about it.
The preliminaries are done with, Dark Knight. I hope you understand that. Oh, had I so wished, you'd have failed before you had even begun to comprehend the very first hurdle. But no, no, no. I wanted you to know the full extent of my brilliance, you understand? To fully appreciate my superiority. But now, well, I'm not going easy on you anymore. Another racetrack, Detective, but please, do not let its unique peculiarities crush your spirit. Well, shall we begin? No, Dark Knight, you are not losing what little grip you had on reality. You've merely entered a brave new world of my design. That ceiling applies 300 dead bats of pressure, Detective. I invented the measurement myself. I built this course in a sewer, Detective. You needed the home team advantage. Oh, dear. That would have injured someone whose skull wasn't so thick. Very good, Dark Knight. Again! Careful now, Batman. You didn't go to all the trouble of painting that thing just the right shade of black in order to scuff it. Have you noticed, Batman? The walls of inevitability are closing in. That's it. I'm cranking it up. 500 dead bats of pressure. You know, I think the wheels on that thing might actually be as thick as your skull. Feeling claustrophobic, Detective? Get ready for the final lap. What a fitting end for you, Detective. A stain on my floor. You'll be cracked, flattened, pulverized. Any second now. It's time. 1,000 dead bats of pressure. You know, it takes a very special ant to crush itself underfoot. Enough! Another lap would be the end of you, Dark Knight, and I can't quite bring myself to stop the fun so soon. Your next key awaits.
Oh, good. The fun part.
Ready to die, my dear?
And here we go.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You proved yourself able to follow simple directions. I must say, Dark Knight, that your desperate fumblings have exceeded my admittedly rather meager expectations. I am impressed. This must be how naturalists felt upon observing chimpanzees using tools for the first time. Did you know, Detective, that the cleverest chimps can even obey simple instructions? It's true. Let's try it, shall we? Go to Gotham Casino for your next test, and I'll give you a banana. detective. I can't tell you how pleased I am that you're playing along with my little game. You literally cannot imagine what it's like to be so intellectually removed from the rest of the human race. I couldn't honestly say you offer me a battle of wits, Dark Knight, but your feeble resistance makes a pleasant change from the instant capitulation of everyone else. Oh dear, Dark Knight. What a pity you couldn't bring the Batwing to this one. Hurry along, Dark Knight. This isn't rocket science. That's two down, Detective. Be careful of the death trap en route to the next one. The only mammal capable of flight. Since all you do is glide, you're actually a variety of squirrel. Good work, Detective. You are literally as capable as the digit-flapping mammal you pointlessly pretend to be. The next key awaits you.
More cabinets. Great. I love this part.
Oh, this is too tense to watch. Thank goodness I'm recording it for posterity. Thank goodness. Can you work it out, Batman? Work it out. Riddle me this. What has a cape, a cowl, and can't be trusted?
Okay, time to possibly maybe die. Well, this is not how I wanted to spend my night.
Another key collected. I trust you're not giving her false hope, Detective.
Oh good, more fun.
Catwoman, this evening is not about you. Wait, Batman, wait. Well, Dark Knight Detective, you have passed another test. I cannot help but admire the spirit with which you have thrown yourself into a task for which you are woefully under-equipped. I almost feel guilty when I contemplate what's coming, but not so guilty that I'm going to call it off. Head back to the orphanage, Detective. Another of my riddle rooms is waiting.
Said I should be more positive in my outlook.
How are you doing?
Can't fault the entertainment. Eddie just lectured me on the 13 innovations that let him pack this collar with his custom-designed plastic explosive.
You must be honored.
At being what? Your motivation? Come on, the next puzzle room's waiting.
Your next challenge is simple. Guide an electric charge to its destination. I hope the varying amounts of pressure don't get to you.
Another one? What's Eddie's problem?
Fanatic narcissism, egocentrism, and megalomania, crossed with severe obsessive compulsion.
Thanks.
Don't mention it. Counterweights move further when I step on the pads.
You are getting older. Maybe it's time to add a few extra notches to the utility belt. Hey, don't shove. Move over, would you?
to the dementedly dressed duo. Your key awaits. Oh, but what's this? An electrified floor?
Electrified floor?
You do it. You still owe me for Arkham City.
Goodness, you figured it out already. Well, you meet the second generation of my android allies. I've built a variant specifically tailored to each of your dubious abilities. Where that came from, Batman. I built a highly efficient production line. All the danger of battle combined with all the fun of riddle solving. You can thank me after. Thank me.
Leave the blue ones to me.
You know what, Detective? I'm glad you solved this riddle. Because it takes you one step closer to the riddle that kills you.
Riddle that kills you.
Eddie really hates you, doesn't he?
He's an ego-driven narcissist who can't let anyone else win.
Gee, if only you'd met under different circumstances.
His obsession's getting worse. He's going after my allies.
Ally? After this, I think we should dial it back to known associate for a while.
This was nothing, Dark Knight, nothing. A new trial awaits you, Detective, by Divinity Church, and I'm waiting too.
Great news, Bat. I was just hanging out in hell, you know, 'cause you killed me and sent me there, and you'll never guess who I saw. That's right, your dead girlfriend, Talia al Ghul. Don't worry, I asked, and she's totally cool with Cat Lady having a go on the old scratching post. She also says, ow, ow, is this a bullet in my sternum or a broken heart?
I'm headed to Divinity Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred. His pride won't let him.
You all break his spirit, sir. I've every confidence.
Starting to think maybe I gotta sniff that gas. Hard to tell with all this messed up crap going on.
Unexamined life is not worth living, Detective. And I've been wondering why I let you aggravate me so. You're a cheat and a liar. A dressed-up strongman playing with expensive toys. World's greatest detective, ha! And everyone from Gotham to Star City believes it. I cannot abide a fraud, Detective. A dilettante masquerading amongst his intellectual betters, stealing every last scrap of appreciation, dignity, and respect. Welcome, Detective, to the drain I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, Detective. Lower the water like so. Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, Detective. What do bats do when they're at home? I seem to have scratched your car. I'd swap insurance details, but I expect you'll be dead by morning. Well done, Detective. I think you're getting the hang of it. That's one Batman. The water might be lower, but you're still out of your depth.
I don't think you'll be solving this one.
Look at you, Detective. Hanging there in that hideous machine like a particularly ugly chandelier. Why, the water is almost as low as Catwoman's chances of freedom. Why don't you celebrate with my friends? You to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there. Struggling, detective? I'm afraid you're running several minutes behind my projections. This is why my projections were off. I'd failed to consider both your incompetence and your stupidity as two distinct variables. Apologies, detective. I will recalculate post-haste. You must avoid the rotating, spiky blades of death. Not quite, detective.
Riddle me this. What's dead? You!
I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part of my immaculately constructed master plan. So there. You must avoid the rotating, spiky blades of death. You're barely keeping up to the precise degree my equations predict. Careful on your way out. You know, the line between perfectly designed riddle and unfair death trap really comes down to user error.
Hey, Eddie. Can't we play a different game? This one's getting old.
Ready to die, my dear? What's wrong, Catwoman? You're usually more eager to snatch things that don't belong to you from glass.
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating. And they say black cats are bad luck.
Another key, well done. Of course, you'll lose all 9 lives in an instant should I push this detonator.
Another door unlocked. What a surprise.
I've always been the smartest man in the room, Detective, forced to endure the suspicions and mockery of those whose meager mental faculties prohibited them from appreciating that fact. And then you appear in Gotham, dressing up your cognitive capabilities, marginally superior as they are to that of the average hoodlum, in the guise of a crusading hero. And oh, how the people swooned. To the orphanage, hero! It's time to rejoin Catwoman for another trial.
You're back.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes?
Favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for 2 half instead of 1. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, when you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
Blood.
The gap in the wall? I could reach it with a pounce.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? Oh, come now, detective. I really couldn't be shining more of a light upon the problem. Did that hurt, Catwoman? Good. That pain is what stupidity feels like.
Oh, Eddie, you're going to feel very, very stupid when I catch up with you. You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist. Oh, what a shock. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
I did it! I actually did it! I mean, of course I did. Good. As expected.
Riddle me this. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls? If it doesn't have walls?
You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
Halfway there. Now for a final twist. Twist. Oh, what a shock. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
Nearly there, Selena.
Done on this side.
Okay, done over here.
Congratulations. And now your reward. Robot.
You can do this!
just about earned it.
Seriously, Eddie, how much longer is this going to take?
Well, how clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Ranelagh Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot, but he's an idiot who built a series of...
This is your chance with Catwoman, Batsy. She's...
Alfred, do you have any leads?
vulnerable.
Ranelagh Ferry Terminal. Okay, Riddler. This game ends now.
Speaking of which, I went back to the afterlife to check on Todd, and...
I liked Batman's old car. You know, it had a kind of retro classic car thing going on. Didn't turn into a freaking tank either.
This must be the entrance, but I need to secure the area first.
This is it, Dark Knight. We're done. Well, you're done for, at least. I must admit that I'm feeling quite charitable at the moment of my triumph. So I will give you a choice. Rather than carry on towards your humiliation and death, I will simply let you drive away in return for a signed statement testifying towards my superior intelligence and conceding that I have utterly checkmated you. Oh, the cat will remain a hostage, of course. A symbol of your failure. My, you're actually going to attempt it. Very well. But this is my finest work, Detective. My masterpiece. My Enigma Resistance. So, let us take that inexplicably life-sized children's toy for its final drive. This is it, Dark Knight. Your Toodleberg, your Bay of Pigs, your ultimate defeat. That's it, Detective. Drive faster. Drive headlong into defeat. To clarify, Detective, this bit is not the surprise. What? Impossible! That cannot be! You should have fallen to your death. I calculated the curvature precisely. I've got the equations right here. I don't understand. understand. How are you still alive? Oh, of course. You got lucky, didn't you? It was luck. Luck! The kindly lifeguard of the idiot. I can hardly factor luck into my equations now, can I? I'm not a homeopath. Farewell, Dark Knight. No! This isn't right. This isn't possible. This isn't happening. I am the Riddler, and you shall not defeat me! Since you cannot even be counted on to kill yourself, I will do it for you. I'm controlling the mechanisms now. Controlling mechanism. You'll make a mistake. Of course you will. I know you will. Goodbye. Stop not dying! Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. No, Batman, you can't drive through solid objects. It's really basic physics. Too slow, Detective, too slow. For a second there, I was almost concerned. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. Let's try that last lap again. You flipped the car? Perhaps I'm in need of a more worthy nemesis. I want you to know, Detective, that I'm recording all your attempts at this for posterity. And for my social media presence, of course. Don't worry, Detective. You have until dawn. Not that it'll make any difference. Or if you prefer, that Roman knockoff Mercury. Come now, Detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Too slow, Detective, too slow. For a second there, I was almost concerned. Make your peace, Dark Knight. This really is it. It has to be. Do you even know what a racing line is? Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Too slow. What was that, a practice run? Try it again at some semblance of speed.
Speed, baby.
Feel that, Detective? It's called humiliation. Come back to the start of the course and I'll serve up some more. No, Batman, you can't drive through solid objects. It's really basic physics. Oh, you incompetent boy racer. Hurry up, Detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. You seem to have lost. Something wrong? I could literally do this with my eyes closed. Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. Would you like another attempt at that lap? Have injured someone whose skull wasn't so thick. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. God, I mean, I knew you'd fail. Never doubted it for a moment. Turn around, you dark knucklehead. Dark Knight. That looked like it hurt. Did it? Come now, detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Too slow, detective. Too slow. For a second there, I was almost concerned. Feel that, detective? It's called humiliation. Come back to the start of the course and I'll serve up some more. By all means, fail as much as you like. You can't drive through solid objects. It's really basic physics. Dark Knight, don't waste my time. It's several times more precious than yours. Where did you learn how to drive? Too slow, detective, too slow. For a second there, I was almost concerned. Care to try again, Dark Knight? Because the timer won't start until you situate yourself at the start of the track. Ashamed to have failed, detective. This isn't a racetrack. It's an immaculately constructed work of art. It is perfection. That looked like it hurt. Did it? Come now, detective. Time waits for no man. And I wait for no Batman. Come on, detective. It's a linear course. I knew it. I knew you'd fail. To think you had me worried. How embarrassing. Don't tell anyone. Dark Knight. Your penance for failure will be journeying back to the start of the course. It's noble of you to try the course again, Batman, but really, I don't want to end up pitying you. You incompetent boy ranger. Hurry up, detective. You stand marginally more of a chance of succeeding if you actually begin. You did it. It's the key. Now you collect the key. Those are the rules, and I have to follow the rules, don't I? I set them after all.
Okay, almost there.
Ready to die, my dear? Can you trust him, Catwoman?
Can you trust.
And here we go. Oh, that's it. No more.
Congratulations, Catwoman. You are now free. Free to take my final exam. Final exam.
Eddie, I didn't know you'd started cheating. I'm disappointed.
I dissemble. I artfully obfuscate. But I do not cheat. As you and Batman will discover when you attempt my final riddle room. Riddle room. Do you have a photographic memory, detective? Because I do. I can summon your sneering features at will. That is when they don't burst unbidden into my brain. I have perfect recall, too. I can remember every time you've hurt me. Sometimes I wake up, Dark Knight, to the feel of your hands around my neck, your carbon fiber-coated fists smashing into my solar plexus. How dare you brutalize me? Me! Your intellectual superior. You're better. Me, Edward Nygma, the Riddler. and the world's greatest everything. You're a thug, detective, a bullying emblem of the arrogant notion that might makes right. Come back to the orphanage, where I will end you and the unjust things you stand for.
The Arkham Knight took off. Just another cocky pretender. There's gotta be someone left in Gotham worth robbing. Or, you know, at least beating. Is there anywhere left that ain't been looted? I'm getting bored.
The bat could crush us in that car tank thing.
No way I'm joining with Scarecrow. I like working for Two-Face. Half the time, anyway.
How have you been?
Perfect. Eddie hasn't said a word since you left that last course. Do you ever rub people the right way?
They never ask nicely.
This is it. One last hoop to jump through. Then I'm free to rob Gotham blind. I mean, you know, make sure everyone got out. I'll check the art galleries first.
Meet the Riddle Square, a puzzle which draws influence from both late 20th century puzzle cubes and mid 15th century torture devices.
If Eddie wanted us to play a game of life-sized chess, he could have left us more pieces.
I don't think that was the idea.
So, you solved them all. Well, well, well. What a smart little detective you turned out to be. My one mistake has always been very slightly overestimating just how stupid you are. Come back to the orphanage, detective, and I'll deconstruct you like a flimsy philosophical position. this. How can you play my game when you've already been barred?
Play my...
Perhaps you're looking at this conundrum the wrong way. You can't go through it, children, and no, you cannot tunnel under it either.
We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job.
Can you find a way in?
Congratulations! Now let's cut to the best part.
Selena, watch out! Get ready!
Damn him! How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah! Beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings. You will not win this!
Your death was inevitable, I'm afraid. A statistical certainty.
Damn him! How is that a riddle, Eddie? Seriously.
You get used to it.
Ah! Beginner's luck. Let's intensify proceedings.
We need to stop some of the cubes from moving when I fire the charge.
I'm guessing that'd be my job.
You will not win this!
Still not a riddle, Eddie.
You just haven't figured it out yet.
This is it. This is the end. The final riddle.
It's done. Keys by the entrance. Let's go.
You smooth talker, you. Give me a second to compose myself.
You can leave anytime.
I knew that. I just like dodging the saw blade. Would you do the honors? You know what the worst thing about this was? It looked cheap. Well, handsome, what are we waiting for? So is it just Central Gotham that's evacuated? Or are the mansions empty too?
Scarecrow threatened the entire city, Selina.
And it's such a tragedy. You go save the day, and I'll make sure Bruce Wayne locked his doors.
Good luck with that. I can't leave Enigma at large. I'll find his trophies and put him behind bars.
You fraud! Chancing, bumbling amateur! Look what you have reduced me to, Batman! If you cannot simply bow down when confronted with your obvious superior, then I will stoop to your pathetic pugilistic level and make you! I desire to perfectly defend myself against your violent excesses. So please understand, Dark Knight, that this is an intellectual victory.
Now!
Time for a change! For teaching me the effectiveness of violence tonight. Die, father! I mean, Batman!
Come on!
This is the end! My apotheosis! I'll subtract you from this equation!
Here you go.
Enough! This is beneath me. You are beneath me. You want to finish this, detective? Then you must earn the privilege. Solve every last riddle in this city and I'll fight you, Batman, but not a moment before.
Or we could just leave you down there, Eddie. Come on, Batman. This cat wants to prowl. I've been cooped up all night, handsome. We're leaving. Why bother? Let's leave him and hit the town. No way. You can finish him off when I'm gone. Fresh air, freedom, and darkness. Perfect. How shall we celebrate? I know a couple of poor, defenseless museums. But then again, I also know a couple of hotels.
Tonight's not over yet. There's more work to be done.
Of course there is. You do know how to kill the mood. Do you ever take the night off? Do you ever take the suit off?
Not on nights like this, Selina. It's what I do.
Fine. I guess I'll hit an art gallery or two, while the big bad bat's distracted.
You're not going to thank me?
Why? It's what you do.
Well, Dark Knight, it seems you have earned the right to die at my mechanical hands. But let us be clear, we do not meet as equals. In fact, you literally have not a hope of victory. Oh, I wish I could say that I have found this one-sided rivalry of ours intellectually stimulating, but in truth, I grew bored of you long ago. Killing you here will finally liberate me to engage in more edifying pursuits. Goodbye, detective. You will be neither missed nor remembered. Riddle me this. What's mechanical, homicidal, and red all over? Have failed, detective. Let's mix things up. Hi, Diddle Diddle answers this riddle. This is embarrassing, you two, really. You shall be ashes! You think me outwitted? Prepare to be outbeated! You are bested, you are conquered, and you are mine! Ready to be vaporized?
Sorry, Eddie, but it looks like you're cheating to me.
No! What are you doing here? This is not your fight, cat!
Eddie, sweetie, you invited me, remember? And then you tied me to a chair.
You didn't have to come.
And you act like I'm ungrateful.
Hit it again, go on!
Why, thank you.
How did you do it? How did you solve them all? Prepare for disintegration! So many riddles! There's no way you solve them all! I'll atomize you! You shouldn't be here! You shouldn't have got this far!
Bring it down!
Get up, you damn machine! No, my plan! My plan! Fight like you have half a brain! Decipher this!
Take it out!
This color suits you better! Burn, Batman! Your muscular oppression ends here!
Such a gentleman.
Solve this one!
Smash it!
Keep up! You cheated! I will forcibly extract a confession! Riddle me this! Arise, my pretties! It was perfect! My perfect victory!
There's plenty here. Take your pick.
Well, color me triumphant! Keeping up? Prepare for disintegration! Which color do you prefer?
Let's not waste any time here.
Solved all my riddles? How? You shall be ashes! You shouldn't be here! You shouldn't have got this far!
keep up.
I'll atomize you! You cheated! I will forcibly extract a confession. You shouldn't have come back, Cat. Your presence was not part of my projections. Ready to be vaporized? Kill them, Riddler bots! Tear them apart! Burn, Batman! You will not win. You cannot win. I can't lose. Prepare for disintegration! How did you do it? How did you solve them all? I diddle diddle! I'll use your skulls as paperweights. You solved all my riddles? How? You shall be ashes! You think you can defeat my creation?
Thanks, Selina, for the daring last-minute rescue. It was very heroic.
It was under control.
Sure it was. Now be a good damsel and bestow a kiss on your gallant hero.
Play nice.
You're not playing at all.
No, I'm not. Not anymore.
And what's that supposed to mean?
It means this is the end, Selina. It means we can't. I can't.
I will see you again, right?
No one will. Gotham needs something more, something worse to defend her. She needs a new myth. A legend more powerful than I can be right now. A legend that can only rise from the ashes of the Batman.
Some things you can't do alone, Bruce.
And some things you have to.
Call if you need me.
I won't.
I know. I just wanted to say it.
Where am I? What's happening to me?
You're a smart man, Edward. I'm sure you'll figure it out.
No, no. You cheated. Catwoman cheated. She stole my victory from me.
A fight I couldn't win? That doesn't even fit your definition of playing fair.
It was fair. If you weren't able to bypass the robot's multi-layer encryption, decipher their unique operating system, and reprogram them mid-battle, that doesn't mean you get to call in assistance.
You need help, Nigma.
I never need help with anything!
Scarecrow pulling this on Halloween. Guess he's got a sense of humor after all.
Out you go, Nigma.
Ha! I could have brought me here twice as quickly.
Well, riddle me this. Was Green proud and ass kicked all over?
How exceedingly droll. I won't be needing a lawyer, you jumped-up security guard. I will represent myself. You forget, you bothersome bat. Every time you overcome my puzzles, I learn that little bit more about you. Soon enough, there will be a riddle that leaves you dead.
Good for you, Bat. Eddie doesn't need psychiatric help. No. Beat him up, lock him up. That's the best medicine.
Pig feels sick. No riddles, no tricks.
Your intellect is no match for the mind of the Lord. You are nothing but a worm burning in the sun.
Your faith in mindless superstition is as misplaced as your desire to emulate Gotham's overrated defender. Outdated 11th century anachronism.
Let there be light, Deacon. Cheap pyrotechnics do not scare me, child. Come, pray with me, little man. God finds beauty in us all, however deformed we are.
Let me know how to pray. It works out for you.